Hello, it's Miss Ferguson again. This is our second video, which is going to overview our syllabus. Now, I know in the first video, I showed you where to go on Canvas to find links to our modules that have information on our syllabus, but most of those links are to more traditional versions of the syllabus, like in Microsoft Word or Google Docs. But I know some of you are more visual, and I wanted to give you an opportunity to have a more visual syllabus and a time to get to know me and also find out more about the class. Now, first, I'm going to introduce myself. Okay, again, I did introduce myself as Ashley Summerall Ferguson. As I mentioned, you can call me Miss Ferguson or Miss Fergie. It's kind of a nickname I've adopted from former students, and I will answer to that. Just some basic background information about myself. I'm originally from Ellisville, Mississippi. That's in Jones County. I think that particular town got a little notoriety a few years ago when Matthew McConaughey starred in the film Free State of Jones. So that will kind of give you some kind of basis of kind of geography of where I grew up. I actually stayed there after I graduated high school and attended Jones Junior College, which is now known as Jones College. And I stayed there for a year. I was involved in the Touch of Gold, the dance kick line, as well as the choir. And it was, kind of, I called it my 13th year, because most of my friends and classmates from high school were still there. After a year, I was ready for a change, so I transferred to Mississippi State University, and I graduated again in 2000 with my degree in secondary English education, but I decided to go on and get my master's degree in English literature. And one thing that was cool is while I was getting my master's degree, I worked as a teaching assistant. And at Mississippi State, you don't assist, you actually teach. So I was about 21 years old teaching, 18-year-olds, either developmental English or composition 1. So I had to mature really quickly in my teaching style, but I think that really helped me later after I graduated, because after I graduated, I did teach as a lecturer at Mississippi State, and then later I worked at several community colleges. I worked at Meridian Community College for a summer. I later worked at East Mississippi Community College, a branch in Mayhew, for a year, and then I also lived in Jackson, Mississippi, and worked at Hines Community College in Jackson. I wasn't very keen on Jackson since it's a very urban environment with a lot of traffic, so I decided to make a move, and I came down to, of course, the Mississippi Gulf Coast. And as far as how long I've been here, I've been at the college for about 16 and a half years, and I've really enjoyed my time here at the college. I love my job. That's why I teach here. And my husband also got a job here as well. So we love our Mississippi Gulf Coast Community College family. Although we love our jobs, we do have other things in our lives as well. My husband and I have been married for 15 years. We have 2 sons who are now 11 and 9. You can probably notice from some of my photos, I love sci-fi, particularly Star Wars. Luke Skywalker was my first love. And kind of my husband and I joke that as he's gotten older, several people have claimed he looks like Mark Hamill as he's gotten older. So I subconsciously married my first love, Luke Skywalker. I also love Yoda. I have Yoda memorabilia. Unfortunately, most of it's in my older office because of COVID-19. As I mentioned, I'm going to be relocated, and that collection is in my old office, not in my new one. I at least have one photo of Yoda in here, though. Just other information, if you ever need to contact me outside of class, I have 3 email addresses listed because I do understand sometimes Canvas does go down. So you can email me questions about assignments, or if you're going to be absent, if you're going the traditional route to attend classes, or if you need to send an assignment to me. I know, and I understand sometimes Canvas, it just does not work. You can't submit an assignment. If you need to take a photo showing that Canvas will not allow you to submit, and you can send me the assignment as well, I will accept it. You'll notice I have my phone number here as well. So if you need to call and talk to me, please make sure when you call that if for some reason I do not answer, you give me your name. You also give me your phone number as well as maybe your question or your concern so I can get back to you as quickly as possible. I've already mentioned that because of COVID-19, my office is relocated. So I have for you here, I have the 2 locations. My temporary office is located in our new STEM building, which is at the back of the campus. It's room 123. My older office, my more permanent office, is in the Learning Resources Center, where we also are meeting for class, and that is 132, the first floor of that building. Sometimes I will be going back to my old office for materials and teaching supplies, so if for some reason I'm not in my new office, I could be in my older office, and I try to stop by my older office usually before or after class to grab things, so you can catch me there as well. You can come by during my office hours, which I have listed here, but you will need to wear a mask, and also we need to socially distance, so we may meet in the hallway, or if it's nice weather, we could even meet outside, whatever you prefer. But I do want you to know we can meet in person. Attendance, as I mentioned in the first video, you do have 3 options this semester. Remember, high flex means hybrid flexible. We are working with your schedule. Remember, the first option, it really depends on our class size. When we meet on Thursday, we'll find out how many students we have. If we're a small class, we will be able to meet Tuesday and Thursday. And I believe 12 students is sort of our cap number, like our maximum number who can be in the class. So if we have 12 students, we'll meet both days, Tuesday and Thursday. However, if we end up having more than 12 students, we'll need to split the class in half. Half will meet on Tuesday. We'll call them maybe Team Blue. And then half the other class will meet on Thursday. They would be Team Gold. Okay. And we'll be working on the same assignments, same schedule. It's just we'll be seeing each other 1 day a week if our class size is larger. Second option is you can go completely online in our class. This is up to you. We're trying to work with your schedules. And I'm going to essentially have it set up in the same way I set up my online Comp 1 class, and that's what you would be doing. Third option is you can go hybrid. You can come to class. If we are a small class, you can come Tuesdays and Thursdays, okay? And then if you happen to miss, you can do that work online. If we're, a large class and maybe you want to come on a Tuesday, okay, because that's your designated date, but then another Tuesday you don't want to come, that's all right. You can do the work online. The major thing that you need to understand is, as far as attendance with a high flex class, you must participate. That's imperative. It's mandatory. Participation just means that you view lectures. Those might be videos, also handouts, assigned textbook readings, and also you complete assignments in a timely manner. They're submitted on Canvas. So make sure that you participate in whatever avenue you decide to take the course, whether you take it in any of those 3 options. Now, I do have an overview of our major assignments and how I'm going to calculate your grade this semester. We are going to have some technology-based assignments. I want to ensure that you know how to write in a college setting. So you're going to learn how to appropriately and formally email an instructor. You're also going to learn how to submit formal online discussion posts. Later on, you'll have test essays. We'll have 4 of those. And those 4 test essays, they are going to be very relevant to maybe future degree choices, career choices, even maybe where you're planning on living one day. So these are going to be relevant life decision topics that I hope will help you in any future decisions you make. Each of those essays will be worth 11.25% each. We also have some professional writing assignments, a resume, okay, as well as a cover letter that will introduce it, a visual resume, which is a slideshow version of your resume. It's something unique that they're starting to ask applicants to submit. An APA abstract, which an APA abstract includes a title page, an abstract, which is a summary. You're going to read an article and you're going to summarize its content in a paragraph, and then you're going to have a reference page as well. Your final exam is not an exam, it's actually an essay, okay? And you'll be completing that for a few class periods before our last class period, which it'll be submitted. Now, you're going to notice I have a slide that overviews each of our major assignments. I'm not going to read from these. I would just ask for you to pause, the video, read through this information so you have an understanding of kind of what assignments we're going to be doing. And I also have the rubrics that I'm going to use to grade these. You'll notice this is our essay rubric. Extra credit, okay? We only have 3 types of extra credit in English Composition 1. First, you can take 3 of your test essays to see a tutor in our learning lab. You can either physically go visit the lab, but you'll be required to wear a mask, or you can photograph or scan your graded essay, scan it to the tutor. You will receive tutoring, whether it's in person or via, it could be through an email or through a video chat with WebEx. And you will then send me verification of that tutoring. It might be a slip of paper, it might be an email, a signature on your essay, and you'll get 5 points on 3 of your essays if you go to the Learning Lab to get each of those essays looked at by the tutor and given feedback on those. Second extra credit, at the end of the semester, you're going to have the opportunity to evaluate your instructors, and you will essentially be given an email verifying that you completed it, or a message at the end of your evaluation. Just take a picture of it. I'm not going to see evaluations or anything. It just verifies it, and show it to me in class or email it, and I will add 5 points to the assignment of your choice, except the argumentative final essay. And then your third route is I'm going to have several grammar units that are going to be available throughout the semester. There are going to be grammar quizzes that you can take with those units. They're not for a grade, but you can complete those 4 grammar quizzes, and then I would add 10 points to the assignment of your choice, with the exception of the argumentative final essay. I highly encourage you to complete these extra credit assignments because they go far. As far as if you go to the Learning Lab, I would highly recommend you go to see Mr. Filipoff. You can call him and make an appointment, or email him to make an appointment, but you can just stop by as well. But again, you need to wear a mask when you go. And remember, you're going to take your graded essay, or you're going to email your graded essay to him to receive the credit. Now, as I mentioned, I have a slide for each of your major assignments. Read over these slides, look at the rubrics. Okay, I'm just going to very quickly kind of click on these. These are all the rubrics for these assignments. The APA abstract, as well as the argumentative essay, will use the essay rubric that was mentioned earlier after the test essays. With reasonable accommodation, if any of you have a physical or learning disability, you first need to register with Student Support Services. Darla Lyons she's our student support coordinator. You can email or call her. She can sit down with you, again, wear a mask, and she can find out what accommodations we as instructors need to make, and then she very discreetly will email us and let us know what accommodations need to be made. Now, you'll notice I have slides that deal with behavior, whether it's behavior in the classroom or behavior online, which is netiquette. Make sure you read through this information. Cell phone etiquette, if you're in the classroom, make sure you follow these rules. If you're physically in class, okay, these are rules that you need to follow. Also rules in, relationship to plagiarism, kind of the repercussions for those. But as always, if you have any questions, please ask me. But before you ask, check the syllabus. I keep saying I'm going to get a t-shirt to wear on the first day of class, but you have the t-shirt here. Check the syllabus, whether it's this PowerPoint that you have. You can reference back to this video version of the slideshow, or you can look at all of the different syllabus sections that are on Canvas. I am looking forward to teaching you this semester. If you have any questions, though, contact me, and it is nice to meet you all. Thank you.